Forget what you heard. Yeah, boy!
Hey everybody, welcome back to another episode of Forget What You Heard. I'm Aaron.
And I'm Luke.
And we're back with the NFL divisions. However, today we're starting a whole new conference. A great conference, a noble conference. The NFC, baby. You like the NFC?
We're going national and we're going north.
Yes, sir. And we're going to start out with the NFC North, man. Let's wake up those bears from hibernation right quick, shall we?
Let's do.
The Chicago Bears.
Let's
just dive right into this roster real quick. We got at QB position, Andy Dalton, red hair. Justin Fields, rookie. Last but not least, Nick Foles, baby. Running back, David Montgomery. Tarek Cohen, Damian Williams. Wide receiving core, Allen Robinson, Damiere Byrd, Darnell Mooney, Anthony Miller. And then at their tight end, they have Cole Kmet. And they have that solid offensive line there. They added Tevin Jenkins in the draft. Let's move on to their rugged, thuggish defense. They got a solid D there. They got Akeem Hicks, Khalil Mack, Roquan Smith, Danny Trevathan, and Robert Quinn, Eddie Jackson, Tyshawn Gibson Sr. How are we looking on the Bears this year? They hibernating or they wake up for the spring looking to get something to eat?
Yeah, they're right there. I mean, they're on the cusp of being like the best team in this division on paper. They got talent. That front seven's still elite defensively. Can't front, can't hide that fact. Real solid there. It's going to be good if they're healthy again, This was an elite team 3 years ago. Just hadn't been working out the last few years with bad luck, questionable decision-making, and a spotty quarterback play. Everywhere else on this team's pretty solid. David Montgomery stepped up last year. Matt Nagy kind of let him go, carrying that offense last year. Had a great season. And then the alpha, Allen Robinson's a good player. Very good alpha guy. Has really lacked quarterback play his whole career. But, man, he is an absolute monster. And then another bright spot is Darnell Mooney. He had flashes as a rookie. Very fast, can get open. Just missing a quarterback that can get him the ball. I like it, man. This team's good on paper. Just a few questionable things with maybe their coach, Matthew Nagy, and their quarterback.
To me, they're still in their den, sleeping, hibernating. I'm not a big fan of the Bears. And the number one reason why is because of Matt Nagy.
Yeah, fair.
Nagy, he can't seem to get things right. He was so good in Kansas City, creative, thought outside the box. However, it seems as though he's changed his coaching style when he came to the Bears and became a little, scaredy cat. And the thing that frustrates me the most with Nagy is the running back situation. He hasn't figured it out. He can't get it right, man. The Bears, they've had Matt Forte, they had Thomas Jones, man. These guys that did it all. And I think David Montgomery really has that capability.
He had a great year last year.
But the only reason he had that great year and all those touches was because Tarek was hurt.
Yeah, you could say that, but, I mean,
he
got the workload.
Who was the backup?
Cordell Patterson.
Running back?
Yeah, I mean, he played running back for him.
Yeah, so, I mean, that tells you the story right there. They got Damian Williams. But the thing is, I don't think things change in the backfield because, first of all, Tarek is back. But another thing is he's coming in with a heavy heart. His brother died, He was running away from the police, and he was killed by an electric fence. Rest in peace. So I think he's going to go out there and show out for his brother. And by golly, I hope he does.
Yeah, that's a sad story.
Yeah, it's a very sad, very unfortunate, and unexpected. And
yeah,
then
prayers
Damien,
out to Cohen family.
yeah, prayers and condolences. And Damian Williams sat out last year because of COVID, and I think he wants to prove that he's back in the NFL, man. He had a great Super Bowl. He's a Super Bowl winning guy. He wants to show that he can contribute. So I think there's a lot of egos going on there.
Yeah.
And a lot of things going on, and I think Nagy can't really get a grasp of it.
Yeah, I like the points you made. I agree. I think he's on his last leg. This is a make-or-break year for him. I feel like Justin Fields was him, trying to save face. If they hit on Fields, that could be a security blanket. He gets to keep his job if Fields is a franchise guy. But if not, he's gone. He's got a short lease. This is it, man. He's putting all the chips in. Fields has got to be the one, or he's gone.
I have a burning question. It's been burning in my mind all day,
all right,
doing all this research. And I have one question that I want to ask you.
Hit me.
Who will start this season as the Chicago Bears starting quarterback?
Andy Dalton. He'll get the start.
The reason?
The Bears are weird like that.
He's a veteran, I guess.
Yeah, veteran, and Fields is just a young guy still. He still kind of has a lot of things, but when you have a guy like Andy Dalton, with his vet and experience, it would make sense as an organization to roll him out there. It's logical. I don't necessarily agree with it. He's going to have a very short leash if he starts day one. That's Andy Dalton. As soon as he has a bad game, terrible game, Justin Fields is going to be in there. He's going to be playing.
Can you give me like a percentage of what percentage do you think Andy Dalton starts? Is it like 70%? You're sure that he's going to start?
No,
80?
It's more of like 55, 60%.
Oh, so it's a small. This is just your hunch then.
Yeah,
Okay.
It's a slight.
Yeah.
It's a little above 50%.
I'm leaning that way too, just because with Nagy, I don't think, he's not a risk taker, man. He's not willing to just put his, neck on the line. Well, I can't blame him now because any false move and, he gets the axe.
Yeah.
But that's his fault for not trying it at the beginning when he had security,
Right.
Get a little wild out there, man.
Yeah, I have a question for you.
Ooh, yeah?
When Justin Fields finally gets to play, is he going to be the one to answer Chicago's prayers?
See, in my heart, I wish I could tell you, yes, Chicago fans, you have your savior. You have your Michael Jordan of football. You're saved. You'll be a perennial playoff team. But, man, I'm not sure. I think he has the intangibles. I think he has the mentality. But you can only tell when he's on the field in action. You could be the most, well-polished quarterback, but something about pressure messes you up. Something about reading defenses messes you up. Like, you can look good on paper. You can say all the right things, but when you're out there, that's really whenever, the tire meets the road, man. So, I don't know. I can't really. I'll just say this. I hope he is.
Mm-hmm.
It'd be good for football and Chicago. But,
yeah,
I think it's more likely he succeeds than he disappoints. I'll say that. So, it's a glass half full take.
Yeah, I agree. Fields was, one of the most accurate quarterbacks in college last year. He's a tremendous athlete. I think he has a good chance to start. We'll see. He's athletic passer. He makes magical plays. And the Bears' offense is a good system. Like, whatever you say, Nagy might not be good at this or that, but I think his system offensively is good. Maybe he's lacking other things, but the system itself is good. Plenty of weapons. The guys you mentioned. Yeah, I think once he gets to play, I think it's a significant boost offensively over Dalton or Mick Foley.
Yeah, I would agree with you. And I want to piggyback on something you said about Matt Nagy's system. I think you're right. I think it is a good system, but they haven't had the quarterback because, and this is another thing, I have a problem with the Bears, and I think a lot of people do, is, they have Allen Robinson, they have Darnell Mooney, they have Anthony Miller. Like, those guys, those are good wide receivers, but they're underrepresented because of their quarterback play. They haven't got the chance to show out. They haven't got a chance to show what they're really made of, because they're very talented kids.
Right.
But with Tristinky, it was very hard. Mick Foles, but they were never able to show out. But I think, with the best chances with Justin Fields to actually see the potential and the skills and the talent that they actually do have in this wide receiver core. That's why, they're so high on Darnell Mooney. They were so high on Anthony Miller, but we haven't, seen it. You know what I mean?
Yeah. We're talking a lot about Justin Fields, but, ultimately he's the X factor. If he comes in, he plays up to his potential. This team is really scary. Defensively, offensively, not a lot of weaknesses. So if Justin Fields comes in, proves he's the franchise guy, this Bears team is probably the best team in the NFC North. Fair and square. I think their roster's built up to already be right behind them, but like we've been mentioning, the quarterback play has been an issue. So, if he's the guy that we all think he could be, then yeah, man, this Bears team is going to be good for a little bit.
When is the last time you can remember that the Bears defense was bad, just awful?
It's been a long time, because they were elite even with Brian Urlacher.
Yeah, Pat Tillman.
Charles Tillman.
Oh, yeah, rest in peace, Pat Tillman.
Yeah, Charles Tillman.
Peanut Tillman.
Yeah. Yeah, like those guys were crazy.
Do you think it's like a part of their culture, or because even it doesn't matter which coach it is?
Yeah.
I have a theory on why.
Why is it?
I think that whenever you're signed or you're drafted by the Bears, they send you a YouTube video of a bears hunting their prey, and it's like it shows you how to wrap up.
This is how you play defense.
Yeah, and it's like, you look how this bear tackles this deer, and look how he stalks him. He's reading the hips, he's reading his eyes, and that's how
the body language too.
And it's like one of those things where they strap him in a chair and they hook their eyelids open so they can't close them. It's like subliminal, so it just sinks into their mind even if they don't want it to.
It's like brainwashing method.
Right, and that's why I think their defense is always very, very bear-like.
Yeah, literal bears. There's literal Chicago
There's
Bears.
bears running around on that field, man.
They are, man. When you hear the Bears, the first thing you think of is their defense. I feel like it's always been that way. It's incredible.
Yeah, once again, it should be a solid D. The linebacking core is great. Very great. Front
seven's elite.
Yeah, Khalil Mack, Roquan, Danny Trevathan, and Robert Quinn.
Akeem Hicks, Eddie Goldman. It doesn't fall short of anything.
Yeah, that's a hefty, gnarly front seven there, and so they'll be good on that side for sure. Then they always are. It's just the biggest question for the last few years has been the quarterback, and I guess you could say the running back, right? Or has David been pretty?
I think David proved it last year. I think he's the guy. I think he won them over. I know they brought in Damian Williams for whatever reason. Matt Nagy's strange. I don't know what he's up to. But even with the Chiefs, they've always kind of had a committee approach ever since Jamal Charles. I wonder if it's just the way they modern-day offense is kind of designed. But I think David proved himself last year. He's going to be the primary guy, get the majority of the touches, and he's going to be good for him. I think there's a lot of things going his way. Their defense is good, so they're going to be in a lot of close games where David Montgomery can get the ball a lot. And I think he proved he's a good player. So,
do you think Damian Williams will have any action?
Yeah. Unfortunately, yeah.
You think Tarek will have a good year?
He's coming off that ACL, but
you really are scared of ACLs.
Yeah, you normally don't come back the next year as good as you were pre-injury.
I think that was like 10 years ago. Now the
I mean, the one guy who kind of broke that method was Adrian Peterson, but
there's people that
not everyone's Adrian Peterson.
There's people that tear ACLs all the time and they come back and they're fine.
No, I mean, I think he's
I think
fine.
Achilles is different.
No, I'm not saying he's going to be bad or anything. I just think it's a very serious injury. I know it's not as bad as it once was, but, I mean, you're still literally tearing up your knee and having to get surgery and get it fixed. And just being out of football a whole year. You know, he's got to learn the offense. He's got to get acclimated. He's going to be used. I know he will because, you know, they kind of used Cordero Patterson last year in that role, but letting him walk and getting Cohen back, he'll definitely play his part. He definitely will.
What are your thoughts on Cole Kmet?
Yeah, I'm a believer. I think they still have Jimmy Graham for some reason too, right?
Yeah, can I rephrase that question? Are you on board with the Cole Kmet hype, or are you on the train of Cole Kmet left the bed wet?
Cole Kmet probably does leave the bed wet, but I'm on the train at the same time.
So you're on both. You can't ride both trains. You got to pick one.
Yeah, I'll take the train, but
Which train?
The good one.
Oh, so the hype.
You don't think he's any good?
I think there's a curse on Chicago tight ends ever since Greg Olsen left.
Why?
I don't know. I don't like any of them.
Yeah, none of them have been good.
Exactly, because there's a curse.
No, it's because they're just not very good tight ends. Cole Kmet's good.
I don't know. I mean,
Jimmy Graham was fine his first year there.
Jimmy Graham stinks.
Well, his first year he scored a lot. He scored like 8-10 touchdowns, I think. But Cole Kmet's way better than Jimmy Graham. I think he's good. He's young and big and good hands. There's a lot of potential riding on him for sure.
I have a nickname for Khalil Mack. Khalil Sack.
That's deep, man.
Yeah, it was right under our noses the whole time, but I just thought, man, that's a perfect nickname for him.
What about Khalil Mack attack the sack of a junior?
That's too much of a mouthful, man. That's kind of a tongue twister.
Yeah. And
I try to keep it short and sweet so even the young Bears, Cubs, could say it. I actually think that Khalil Mack would kill a silverback.
Yeah, I think he could.
That rhymed.
He kind of looks like Patrick Ewing.
Thicker, yeah.
But bigger face.
Yeah, bigger face. But I just thought of a new nickname.
What is it?
Khalil Mack killed a silverback.
That's a good one. I like that one.
And I think today is the 5th anniversary of Harambe's death.
I saw that, yeah.
Can we take a moment of silence?
Yeah, please.
The ghost of Harambe is in this room. Rest in peace, King.
Rest in peace. Live long, live happy.
He's dead.
No, he's not dead.
I mean, not in our hearts, but yeah, physically he's dead. All right, you have any more? Oh, I guess we got to do, what do you want to do, the record?
Yeah.
What do you got?
8-9. Falls short of 500.
Not bad, but not good.
Yeah, I think they could. I mean, the Bears are hard, man. This is a hard team to predict because they could be real good. They could win 11 games, and they could be even worse. That's the thing with this NFC North. This division's either going to be really fun or not good.
What are the are you like 100% that Justin Fields finishes the season?
Yeah. Yep, sure am.
All right. And my record for the Bears is 7-10.
All right, so you have them one game less.
Yeah, just because of the whole QB carousel.
Yeah, I agree 100%. And Matt Nagy's still a questionable decision maker.
Yeah.
He kind of holds them back.
You got a bold prediction for us?
Yeah, I think the team starts out slow with Andy Dalton. They go 3-6 in their first 9 games. And then they turn to Justin Fields after Week 10, their bye week. And they go 5-3 with Justin Fields. And they're a much better team with him. I think we look at this Bears team in the second half as a really strong team going into 2022 with Justin Fields as their franchise quarterback. And then ultimately, as good as they did in the second half, Matt Nagy gets fired. I think he still has questionable decision-making. I think there's a lot of things that fall into Nagy's lap that kind of held this team back. And ultimately, they find their franchise quarterback, but Matt Nagy still doesn't make it to 2022 and gets fired.
Righteous.
Yeetin', yotin', yeetin'.
Yeah, I like that one, man.
Thank you. What's your bolds?
Mine's an interesting one. Follow along. Andy Dalton starts the year. Very poor start. They put Justin Fields in. He struggles as well. They go back to Andy Dalton, thinking, maybe he's fixed some things. And he is even worse.
Putrid, smelly.
Even worse than before. So as a last resort, they reach to the back of the bench and grab.
Don't tell me.
Nick Foles.
Nick Foley.
And he gets them into the playoffs, and he makes a magical run.
No.
And they win the Super Bowl.
The Philly special in Chicago.
Yep, that's it.
That would be crazy. That would get Nick Foles in the Hall of Fame.
How am I doing on the bold scale tonight?
13 out of 12.
Oh, man, I'm killing it, dude.
So far, it's not very good.
Thank you, because that one's never going to happen.
If
First
Nick
of all, why would they
Foles-
put Andy Dalton back in after Fields?
First of all, why would they go to Nick Foles at any situation?
They look at his finger.
I'd rather put in Cody Parkey.
He's not a bad quarterback. They look at his finger and they see that big jewelry on there. Like, that guy's got to do something, right?
Gosh, man, I remember last year in 2020, it was like a Monday night game, and we had to watch Nick Foles. And it was literally like sitting on the toilet and using sandpaper to wipe.
Golly, yeah. You know how he said Zach Wilson has a punchable face?
Yeah.
Nick Foles has a face that you want to hit him in the face with a frying pan.
Yeah, I'd slap some grease on it.
On the frying pan or him?
All the above.
I couldn't agree more.
Yeah, he's
a hateable guy, man.
not much to like about Nick Foles, but
Yeah,
he's doing well.
Yeah, we can say all this, but all he has to do is show his ring, and
That's true. He took down Tom Brady. Can't really hate him for that.
Yeah, but okay, let's move on. I can't believe we were talking about Nick Foles, man.
Someone get Mick Foley on the phone.
Give him some airtime, man. That's just disgusting. All right, let's move on.
Detroit, Michigan is a disgusting city.
It's not that bad. The Detroit Lions, and their depth chart goes a little like this. Quarterback Jared Goff. Running backs, DeAndre Swift, Jamal Williams. Wide receivers, Tyrell Williams, Amon-Ra St. Brown. Brashad Perriman, Geronimo Allison, Quintez Cephas. Tight end, TJ Hawkinson. Fullback, Jason Kabinda. I don't know why I mentioned the fullback, but keep your eye on that guy this year. He's a wild, wild thing. They have a young, good offensive line. Promising, man. They're doing something right in Detroit.
Like it.
They got Taylor Decker, Jonah Jackson, Frank Ragnow, and they drafted Penei Sewell. As we go to the other side of the ball, the defensive line, they got Romeo Okwara, Trey Flowers. They got Jamie Collins Sr. as a linebacker. And they're what pick was Jeff Okudah? Third? Fourth?
Yeah.
Yeah, and they're bringing.
Third.
He's back from injury. We'll see how that goes. But with everything about the Lions, there's not many good things going on here.
Never has been.
There has been. They had Calvin Johnson and whatnot.
No, this never been a good.
Barry Sanders.
One of the worst.
Matt Stafford.
Organizations in the NFL.
One of these days, man. But at least they're building.
Barry Sanders is the GOAT running back, and I love him with all my heart.
The greatest of all time?
Yep. Barry Sanders is the best running back of all time.
I disagree.
I don't care. But I do want to say, this team has never been to a Super Bowl.
Yeah.
They won.
You could have
5
said that
games.
about a lot of teams in these
I'm
discussions.
just bringing it up. I'm just saying. It's a team that's easy to peg. Just always laughing stocks. Never good. Bad decisions lead to bad football.
All right, man. Stop dogging on the Lions and tell us what you feel about this roster of talent.
Yeah, I do like what they're doing, though, moving forward. Build up the O-line, build up the D-line, work from the inside out. That's how you build an NFL franchise. So they're doing it right. Who'd they get from Cleveland? What's that one guy? Glenn Dorsey? Joe Dorsey? John Dorsey? John Dorsey.
It's definitely not John.
Yeah, it is.
It's Glenn Dorsey.
Glenn Dorsey's a basketball player. That's Joey Dorsey.
Yeah.
Glenn Dorsey was a LSU defensive end.
Yeah, the defensive tackle?
Yeah, John Dorsey is the guy I'm thinking of.
I don't know who that is.
Yeah, they got John Dorsey up there in that front office. He makes good things happen. He's good at his job. He's doing it right, finally in Detroit. I know Jeff Okudah had a terrible, inconsistent rookie year. But he was drafted to be the franchise cornerback. And I do like it, man. He's got some upside there. And then the best pick in the draft, man, Penei Sewell, 7th overall, to go along with Taylor Decker and Jonah Jackson and Frank Ragnow. Just building up that O-line. Outside of that, offensively is a little hit or miss. I mean, T.J. Hawkinson's a franchise guy. DeAndre Swift, possibly, potentially. But just a lot of missing parts. I know Jared Goff they have to use because of his contract and the trade with Stafford. But, Tyrell Williams, Rashad Perriman are not great NFL players. But I do like the Amon-Ra St. Brown pick. He could be a little something sneaky.
Yeah. Do you think Jared Goff is a good quarterback, or he was a product of Sean McVay in that offense?
Correct.
So he stinks.
Yeah, I don't think he's I don't think you can put him in any offense and he's just gonna exceed expectations or anything. I think he's a decent quarterback. I don't think he's terrible. I don't think he's bottom 5. He's capable of running it's just an easy offense, maybe a game manager. But I think the Lions are gonna do their best to just keep it simple for him, like the Rams did. A lot of play action, just easy flowing offense.
Yeah, I'm in the same boat as you. I don't think Jared Goff's very good.
Yeah, I think most people don't believe he's any good.
Yeah, so that's one strike against the Lions.
3 strikes, you're in.
What about the running back situation? For me is always very frustrating with the Lions because, dude, we all want to see what DeAndre Swift's got, man. We saw flashes. He's Studley, Georgia, high draft pick. But they keep bringing in these has-beens out of nowhere. Adrian Peterson last year. Now they bring in Jamal Williams. But I like Jamal Williams, I ain't going to lie. But gosh darn it. Just give Swift his shine, man. Just let him be, dude. Golly, sign someone like Devontae Booker or something. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I agree. I mean, they know.
Gosh darns!
They know what they have in Swift, though. I think they know his potential. He's going to be a great player, but I don't think they can trust him as a 3-down workhorse. I don't think he's that type of guy either, honestly, 100%. As someone who would, putting my mind in a GM's mind
takeover.
I definitely want to bring in a second back with DeAndre Swift.
But why, didn't they pay him $12 million
Who?
for 3 years?
What are you talking about?
Jamal Williams?
Yeah, that's fine. He's going to play. I'm not going to lie. As an organization, I would do something similar to that. I don't think Jamal Williams is great. I think he's fine at what he does. But I think he's a good complementary back to Swift. I actually kind of like the duo.
I actually think Jamal Williams is better than Swift. And Adrian Peterson was better than Swift.
Yeah, it's possible at this point in their careers.
Why else would they start him over him?
Because Swift isn't that type of guy, I don't think. I don't think he's just a pounder, first 2 downs. He's more of a 3rd down guy who can occasionally get some work in between the tackles. But I don't know. I just don't see him as like a workhorse, a guy who's going to get like 20 carries a game, 25. I don't think he's that type of player.
Just to clarify, that was a tongue-in-cheek comment. I don't really think Jamal Williams or Adrian Pierce is better than DeAndre Swift. And let me tell you something, Luke. Lean in here and listen close.
That's all I hear.
I know for a fact DeAndre Swift can be an every down back. You know why?
Yeah.
Because he's a bulldog. And I've seen bulldog after bulldog after bulldog from generation to generation go into the NFL and have great careers.
Why did Todd Gurley get turned up? Because he had too much on his plate.
No,
Don't
because
overwork him.
he developed arthritis as a young man. That is not Georgia's fault.
Yeah, well, I'm going to say this. Their head coach now is Dan Campbell. Dan, we're going to smack
Uncle
you in
Dan.
the mouth. Dan, we're going to smack you in the mouth, Campbell.
Yeah.
DeAndre Swift isn't a punisher. That's not his forte. That's not his memo. That's not his motto. That's not the energy he's trying to bring to this team. He needs some cats that are going to hit people. He needs Jamal Williams. He needs Todd Gurley. He needs someone that's just going to run hard, hit the hole, and try to maul people. Penei Sewell is a perfect pick for that. There's guys who are going to hit you, not play around. That's why I think they're kind of building it up from the inside out. They want solid O-line. They want solid D-line because those are the guys that are really doing things behind the scenes that no one really cares about. But that's the main focus of good teams is people smacking people in the mouth up front. And that's Dan Campbell's motto. Quote, "We're going to kick you in the teeth, and when you punch us back, we're going to smile at you. And when you knock us down, we're going to get up, and on the way up, we're going to bite a kneecap off." That sounds like a lion to me, man.
That's strike number 2 on the Lions is hiring Dan Campbell as their quarterback. Listen, I know he's a Red Bull and banana kind of guy for breakfast. I know he's a wiry guy. I just don't know if he's really into the X's and O's. I think he's one of those guys that doesn't have a lot going on in his brain. I think he just, like you said, that quote pretty much sums him up. We just want to hit harder and play dirty, basically.
That's what you like to hear.
Dan
man.
Campbell is not a good coach. He won't last very long.
We'll see.
You heard it here first. And that's not my bold prediction, surprisingly.
Yeah, they got Anthony Lynn running the offense. A bit questionable.
I thought Anthony Lynn was like a bell cow kind of guy.
Not really. He used Eckler as like a third down. He throws to the running back a lot. So, Swift is going to catch a lot of passes.
That's what it is. All right, enough about this running back. Let's go to the wide receivers, an interesting group.
Stinks.
I have a little thought about this wide receiving core.
Yeah.
You're young, right? And you bring in 2 has-beens in Tyrell Williams and Brashard Perryman. I think you kind of, let them show the rookies. But whenever the season progresses, you move on to like the main target of Amon-Ra St. Brown. I really like Geronimo Allison. He's still young. He's 27. I think he's got potential. He's a big guy, and I really like Quintez Cephas. I think if this is a youth movement and you want to build. Let's get some young guys in there. Terrell Williams, come on, man. We've seen you. You've done that. Brashard Perryman.
I like Tyrell Williams.
Yeah, well, that's not good.
I think he's the best receiver on the team. He's better than Perriman or those young guys. I think he's their X receiver, the number 1 guy.
I think he's nothing special.
I think he's solid, man. He was good pre-injury, pre-Raiders.
He just runs in a straight line.
He's good at it, though.
He's not an all-around wide receiver.
No one else is on this team. Perriman's just a worse version.
That's what I'm saying. Like, that's why you put Amon St. Brown.
He's going to play, man. That guy's going to be their best player.
What do you have against Geronimo?
He's not very good.
His name?
What does he do that's good?
Catch ball.
He's slow. There's not much good going his way. Quintez Cephas is fast, but he's just a field stretcher. He's not a great route. He's not like a possession guy that you can Throw it a lot. I mean, overall, it's just a stink group, really. I mean, Amon-Ra St. Brown, he's going to be used like Cooper Kupp. He's going to be all over the place. He's going to be good from the start, in my opinion. And T.J. Hawkinson, what do you expect from him, man?
That's your favorite player. You can speak on him.
Yeah, you said it, man. He's my favorite tight end in the NFL. Actually, that's not true. Yeah, it probably is, actually.
He was born in a cornfield.
He knows how to play football and play it very well. He can do everything. He's got great hands. He's a great blocker. He's going to be unleashed this year. I know last year he improved from his rookie season, but they kept playing Jesse James. I don't know why. He's gone, and they expect T.J. Hawkinson to be the guy. He's probably the number one target in this offense, and he's very reliable. And he's going to be Jared Goff's blood brother, and they might even sleep together. So let's watch out for that one.
Yeah, let's talk about the defense a little bit.
All right.
I think the lone bright spot is their front four.
I agree. I like it.
I don't really know any other linebackers aside from Jamie Collins.
Alex Anzalone. The Saints
the
guy?
Saints dude?
Yeah.
Still stinks. The only, the hope you hold out hope for is Jeff Okudah.
Cooten.
Yeah, he was a top 5 pick, so, he was injured last year, so, we'll let him slide. But
yeah, he's the X factor for me here, man. If he's the franchise corner, that's a great deal for Detroit.
Do you think he could be the next Nnamdi Asomugha?
Potentially. I don't think he's that physical. Maybe more like a Darrelle Revis.
Could he be like a Ty Law?
Yeah, he could.
Champ Bailey?
He could, man. Yeah, definitely. I don't know. It's can't judge a man off his rookie year, but he's got the skills.
Yeah, his range goes from he could be Darrelle Revis to Morris Claiborne.
Yeah, I agree. This is a big year for him.
He's got to show out.
He's got to. If he doesn't show out, this is one of the worst secondaries in the NFL.
If he doesn't show out, we're going to feed him to the Lions.
Yeah, Dan Campbell's not going to have none of that.
Yeah, he's going to be drinking a Red Bull and chewing on a banana.
Yeah, he's going to put him in the pedal.
Are you peed?
Yeah, I'm bipedal.
Yeah,
I think.
Yeah, you are. You walk on your hinds, right?
Yeah.
All right, good.
Cool.
All right, let's do the... You want to do the old record?
Yeah, there's the old record on it.
What do you got?
What do you got?
I have them coming in at 3-14.
Yeah, I think that's their floor. I think their floor is 3 wins. I think their ceiling's 5 wins. So anywhere between there sounds about good to me.
Pick one.
I got 4-13. I'm gonna go right in the middle. Because they'll probably win like the last game of the year, and give them 4 wins or something. Something like that's gonna happen. But it's not a great team. But I think like their O-line and their D-line are gonna have good games to where like it looks Goff looks better than he is, and Williams and Swift kind of have nice games, and they can pull some out. I think.
You know why I don't like talking about the Lions?
Why?
Because they start to rub off on me, and now I'm kind of stinky.
Yeah, and Detroit's like the worst city in America.
Come on, man, dude. You don't want to say that about them.
I'm just saying.
You've never been. What do you see?
Whatever they're advertised as, that's just what I take it for, and it's...
Where have you seen a picture of Detroit?
I don't want to speak on it as much anymore.
All right, you shouldn't. All right, let's pretend like that.
Detroit's very depressing.
It's a fine city. Hard-working Americans.
Calvin Johnson comes back to play with Jared Goff.
Whoa. Hold up there, buddy. Is this your bold?
This is my, extremely, 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 extremely bold.
Holy.
0% chance of happening.
Yeah, I like it. You never know. Calvin could come back. But I guarantee he would not come back to play for Jared Goff.
Yeah, it's kind of a joke, but... my real bold predictions, I got a few. Jamal Williams breaks the Lions' curse and is the first 1,000 yards rusher since Vietnam. Another one, DeAndre Swift is used like Austin Eckler in this Anthony Lynn offense. Has 80 catches. It's a lot of catches for a little running back.
I thought that Kerryon Johnson broke that.
I think he had 900.
I thought he broke it. I don't know.
So. I don't think he did. Not a bold prediction, but, if Okudah doesn't step up, this defense is in big trouble. Amon-Ra St. Brown will lead the receiving group in catches and targets and will be used over the field like Cooper Kupp. Mentioned that before. It's not as bold, but it's kind of something that I'm predicting to happen. And then another bold prediction is Jeff Okudah improves from rookie year, improves his worth as a franchise cornerback. One of the top young cornerbacks in the NFL.
Yeah, if we're talking so bad about the Lions, you got a lot of bold predictions. I mean, do you have high hopes for them?
No, we said it earlier. It's a hard team to predict, but they do have some guys, young guys that could be good with Swift, St. Brown, Okudah, Hawkinson. Those are promising guys. We just don't know how it's going to unfold.
St. Brown hind parts.
Yeah, like St. Brown in my pants.
My bold prediction is that, first of all, I can't believe we skipped over this player. Their new kicker, Randy Bullock.
Oh, gosh.
And my bold prediction is that Randy Bullock has the biggest hit in the NFL this season on a kickoff.
My biggest is Randy Bullock will have the biggest belly in the NFL.
Well, that's a given, man.
Bigger than any offensive lineman.
I heard that they have to fit, to get him to fit in his jersey, or the way they make it is they put a watermelon as a stomach, on a, what are those things called?
Oh,
mannequin?
to fit him?
Yeah, like a mannequin.
Size?
It's a normal shaped human, but for Randy, they put a stick of watermelon and tape it around the mannequin and then fit the jersey.
Yeah, I'm not surprised.
But he's gonna knock someone out cold, and he's not gonna do it with a form tackle. He's going to put his belly into him,
like the Kung Fu Panda.
Yeah, and he's gonna bounce him 10 yards back like a trampoline, like a trapeze artist off of a trampoline.
Yeah, I wouldn't be shocked.
And the guy's gonna land on his head and get a concussion.
Yeah, I would not be shocked. If he hits anyone, that guy's in critical condition.
Yeah, especially if he lands on you.
He's definitely a Detroit Lion type of guy.
Yeah, so that's my bold prediction. But my real bold prediction is TJ Hawkinson digresses.
Boo! That stinks.
I don't think he's as good as Luke does.
Brother, this guy stinks.
I think he's just a corn-fed Iowan.
This guy stinks, man.
Jared Goff doesn't really like tight ends.
Boo, that's not true at all.
Look up the stats.
Tyler Higbee, Gerald Everett, he actually made 2 tight ends relevant, so I don't want to hear that mess.
Yeah, TJ Hawkinson regresses.
He's going to fall in love with TJ. Who else is he going to throw at? Pearman? No
Cephas?
way. Nope. Ain't happening.
Well, that's my prediction.
If he digresses, I will give you 1,500 corn snakes, corn-fed, corn nuts.
You can keep those, man.
All right. That's bold, man. I'll give it to you.
Yeah, thanks.
Where are we at,
He's
Dr.
overrated.
Phil? Oh, I'm overrated, and I still sleep in my pants and my shorts.
Did you sleep in the microwave again?
Yeah, I fell asleep in the microwave, but let's not talk about it.
All right, we'll keep that hush-hush. What are we on?
Are we on Green Bay's?
Packers! Green Bay Packers, baby. And let's get right into the business, boys. Quarterback, Aaron Rodgers. Not far behind, Jordan Love. Running backs, Aaron Jones, A.J. Dillon. Wide receiving core, Devontae Adams, Amari Rodgers, Alan Lazard, Marquise Valdez-Scantling, St. Brown, Devin Funchess, tight end, Robert Tonyan, best tackle in the game, David Bakhtiari. They got a solid offensive line there. As for the defensive side, they got Kenny Clark holding down the fort, Preston Smith, Zadarius Smith, linebacker, one of the best corners in the game. Jair Alexander, Adrian Amos, free safety Darnell Savage, and Luke's personal favorite player, Kevin King. Yeah,
more like Kevin crown the king.
Hey, come on, man.
This guy stinks.
You guys need to resolve your issues, man.
If he continues to start for this Packers team, they're in for a rude awakening.
Yeah, so, I mean, not much has really changed. Devin Funchess is back. They drafted Amari Rodgers. They re-signed Aaron Jones. Defense is basically the same. I mean, what's the outlook for the Pack back?
Well, I mean, they're the top team, one of the top teams in the NFC with Aaron Rodgers.
Rodgers! The question is, will Rodgers be there?
That's the big questions. I think Jordan Love will be fine, man. People are overreacting.
I think Jordan Love will be better than Aaron Rodgers.
I think he'll be better than Christian Ponder.
That's not saying anything.
Hey, like my chances.
Yeah,
But Green Bay last year was the most efficient offense in the NFL. They brought back Aaron Jones, which was absolutely gigantic. And then they added Amari Rodgers, a shifty slot receiver, can kind of put in motion, get him around, moving. He can play running back if you need him to. He's very electric. I like him a lot. Kind of a bigger Randall Cobb. I really like it a lot if Rodgers is here. They did lose some guys on the line, Corey Linsley, but Josh Myers was a good pick. And Elgington Jenkins, their left guard, is a guy I want to shout out. Very bright, young, great mauler. Elgington Jenkins, he's up there with Quentin Nelson in my eyes. Very good, very underrated. Defensively, Green Bay, they flashed some potential. They got some guys on the edge. Got some guys on the outside of Kevin King. Jadon Sullivan's a good player. Adrian Amos, Darnell Savage. That's a pretty good group of guys. They can get to the ball. They make turnovers. There's a big reason that they got to where they did last year. I like it, man. I even like Matt LaFleur. I think the way he does his things is solid.
Yeah, he's handsome, man.
Yeah, he looks like Broody Palmer.
Who's that?
I don't know. I wouldn't look it up, though.
Is he a nudist?
He could be. I don't know who that is.
Well, they got Aaron Jones back, which is a great signing for the Packers. They don't usually do that kind of stuff. We all thought he was going to walk.
We love that one out here.
But their backup, A.J. Dillon, I've been reading a lot of reports on him. And one of the reports is that A.J. Dillon expects thirds for every meal.
Expects them?
Yeah, he doesn't ask. He just sits there until they give it another serving.
He's a big eater?
Yeah, have you seen him?
Yeah.
He looks like his legs eats 2,000 calories a day.
Yeah, I wonder how he got big. What does he look like in high school?
You ever seen Norbit?
No. Sounds familiar.
You ever seen The Nutty Professor?
No, I haven't.
Golly.
What are you getting at?
Huh?
What are you getting at with this?
Big.
He's big guy?
Yeah, but he grew into his body.
Yeah, he makes Saquon Barkley look like Dumbledore.
That's disrespectful. I bet you if they put their legs together, it'd be fine.
You think they could compete?
The picture I saw was Aaron Jones, who's a little guy.
I think A.J. Dillon can move a truck with his hinds.
I think, yeah, he could do a lot of things.
If it was in parked.
If it was in park?
Yeah.
With the emergency brake?
Yeah, I think he could still move it.
I wouldn't be surprised, man. That guy, if you expect thirds at every meal, there is something seriously wrong with you.
Yeah, he would have no problem getting buried alive.
But the thing about it is, he sits there politely, with his napkin and tucked into his shirt, and he doesn't say anything. He just sits there until they keep feeding him.
He's got, his hands crossed, interlocked with this, just patiently waiting.
Yeah.
What do they feed him?
Whatever he ordered, he wants 3. So let's say you got a filet mignon, mashed potatoes, and asparagus.
Mm-hmm.
He eats it, he pushes the plate to the side, and he sits there quietly. You're like, sir, do you want the check? He's like, no.
He just waits.
Yeah.
What does this guy want?
Until, his agent calls the restaurant. It's like he's actually sitting there because he's on his second round.
He expects 3 from you guys.
Yeah. But, yeah, I thought that was an interesting fact about A.J. Dillon.
Yeah, I'm not surprised, man. That guy is...
and I think that's a good 1-2 punch if we're going back to football.
Yeah. One of the best. Man, I love that combination. They complement each other so well.
Yeah, I agree. I think, you got the speed, agile Aaron Jones, and then next thing you know, you got, tree trunk man.
Because I remember, that draft for Green Bay, everyone hated it, but they even didn't like the A.J. Dillon pick because, they have Aaron Jones. But, now people are looking at it like, dang, this is a very scary backfield.
Yeah, and on to the wide receiver core. We all know what Devontae Adams is.
Oh, do we or do we not? If you don't, you're living under your socks.
Yeah, he's definitely, one of the best wide receivers in the game we have today.
If not the best.
I have a little thought here.
Yeah, let's hear it.
I'm not a big fan of Allen Lazard or Marquise Valdes-Scantling.
Yeah, and I don't think nobody is. Oh, I know where this is going.
Yeah, it's basically the same thing with the Lions, but I think that Amari Rodgers should have a larger role, and Devin Funchess will sneak in there.
I knew you were going that way.
Yeah, just because, dude, Allen Lazard has hands like a butter pastry.
Yeah, he does.
He had some good games. People still are, I guess excited about him because he's young, but...
I don't. Let's move on from him.
Amari Rodgers got such a
great situation.
Taller ceiling. And Devin Funchess has been there, done that, man.
See, I do somewhat agree. I would like to see that, but with Adams outside and Amari Rodgers in the slot, you need a field stretcher. You need a speedy guy on the outside. And MVS brings that. I know he is terrible down the field, but he can give you that big play.
I have another question about their pass catcher for you.
Yeah.
Is Robert Tonyan the real deal?
Yeah. Yeah, he is.
Even if his quarterback's not Aaron Rodgers?
Obviously it's not the same, but...
is he a real deal tight end?
In terms of, him being a good tight end, yeah, I think he is for sure.
Another question for you.
Okay.
What kind of car does Mercedes Lewis drive?
Probably a Chevy 1311 Chevelle.
Wrong.
He drives a Mercedes-Benz truck.
No.
What does he drive?
Dodge Caravan.
Yeah.
Ultra Kit 350Z.
Good for him, man.
Butterfly Dose. I got you there, man.
I knew it wasn't going to be Mercedes. You wanted me to say Mercedes.
Got him, ladies and gentlemen.
I knew.
Got him. He walked right into my trap.
I even said a non-Mercedes car.
I know you ruined it at first, but you came back to it. Oh, because you knew you'd ruin the joke if I...
Yeah.
You should have just, because then I would have been at a loss for words.
Well, at first I didn't really know where you were going.
I probably would have left the room.
I think you wanted me to say Mercedes, but then I was like, that's not me. I'm not a guy who would just go along with it.
I know. I would have left the room if you didn't, so you're lucky.
Yeah, you can leave after I leave this one out.
Leave what one out?
Scotty Miller.
And I want to tackle something.
I want to tackle 2 guys, but you can go ahead.
Who is Jordan Love?
Jordan Love is the guy that you can invite to your house. He's going to take care of you.
I'm talking about in terms of football, man. Is he someone we should be... dude, he's forgotten. I wonder if this is what happened to Aaron Rodgers when Brett Favre... you kind of go, it's been a couple years. It's been a year. You didn't play a lot. But...
It's the exact same situation with Favre and Rodgers and Love. Both late first-round guys with Love and Rodgers. Favre was the guy for years. Everyone loved him in Green Bay, just like Rodgers.
Yeah, that's true.
Let him go. He goes to Minnesota. Aaron Rodgers steps in. He's a freak. He has talent. And the situation could be the same. Rodgers has to go. It could go up in flames, honestly, but I think Jordan Love's got potential. People are saying, oh, he stinks in practice, but come on, man. You're talking about practice. Put him in the game. Let's see what he's got.
Yeah, I'm holding out hope for Jordan Love.
I am too, man. You can't call the shots too early, or you're going to get one in the rear.
Oh, go ahead.
Defensively, Rashawn Gary. What do you expect from him? He's a guy from Michigan who they drafted. He's a freak. Do you see him as a project guy? You see him coming in and making an impact this year? Or?
You know what I know about Rashawn Gary?
What's that?
I know he was one of the top recruits coming out of high school.
Yeah, he was. 5 stars.
Went to Michigan, disappeared for a while.
Mm-hmm.
I think he had one decent year at Michigan. Did he get drafted in the first round?
I don't think he did, no.
Second round?
Yeah.
And now he's on the Packers. These are the people that I do not really like because you're so great in high school. You're naturally that way. You didn't really have to work. College, it gets a little tougher. And you're still not working. It's just bad. I think they have bad work ethic to get better. That's why I like the guys that are kind of overlooked and stuff. Rashawn Gary was blessed with his big body and strong frame.
Yeah, he kind of reminds me of Clowney.
Yeah, I would, but not as good yet.
Yeah, but like you said, the talent's there. They kind of lose interest once they get to college and don't really keep working at it. But, with Clowney, it seemed like he realized, he's not as good as he was because the talent's better. So he actually, worked to get better. And he did have some good years, and he's still a good player. So I kind of think I'm holding out hope for Gary to kind of follow that approach. And he was kind of a project guy last year, backup. But if he can take a step forward and be Clowney-like and get some pressure, I think he's a good player. I think he could break out this year. And then I do want to mention Kevin King's replacement early and often, Eric Stokes out of Georgia, first-round pick. He's got super speed, 4.3 speed, leave Kevin King in the dust. He graded really highly at Georgia, very good player. And I like his chances of definitely coming and starting a great tandem duo with Jair Alexander being one of the best duos in the league.
I have a bone to pick with you.
Okay.
What is up with you and your hatred for Kevin King again? What's the root of it all? Did he tweet you or something? Did he not tweet you? Did he not retweet you? What's going on here?
No, I just...
You don't know him. He doesn't know you. There should be no beef. It's personal, man.
No, it's not personal. It's not... I don't know the guy. I'm just saying as a football player, he's just not very good.
But
I'm not going to hold him to a different standard. If I think you're good, you're good. If I think you're bad, you're bad. Yeah, obviously you're better than me. You're better than 95% of cornerbacks in the world. I understand that. I get that. But from the NFL, if you don't perform, you're going to be bad from NFL standards. And he is. He was bad all last year. He stinks from before then. Things don't work in his favor. I'm not a big fan. I don't know.
Well, thank you for clearing that up because I really thought it was personal. I thought he DM'd you something mean.
No, I just think he's bad.
All right, that's fair. I also wanted to talk about Preston Smith and Zadarius Smith.
Yeah, the Smith Smash.
I have a nickname for him.
What is it?
The Blacksmiths.
Hey.
What?
You're going that route?
What do you mean?
Do they forge iron?
Yeah, on the field, man. When they clack together.
Yeah.
I thought that was creative.
Who's the better one?
Preston.
No, you're wrong again.
I don't know, the one with dreads.
Yeah, Zadarius.
Yeah.
He's cool, man. He's a bunch of Baltimore Raves.
Or New Mexico.
State Jackson Aggies.
All right. Well, you have anything more to say to Kevin King?
Kevin King, I'd like to invite you over to one of my family get-togethers.
It's going to be like a Get Out movie.
Whoa, hey, man. Wow, man, just a little barbecue.
I'm part of your family. It was a joke.
Come on, man. That's a terrible thing to say.
What do you mean? It was a joke. Yeah. You have anything else to say about the Green Bay Packers?
I have them going 11-6.
As do I.
As do I.
I have it going 11-6 with Rodgers and 7-10 with Jordan Love.
7-10 with Jordan Love.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah, this will be good.
You happy?
Yeah. What's your bolds?
My bold prediction is that the Packers start out 6-0 undefeated, and Aaron Rodgers retires to do Jeopardy.
After 6-0?
Yeah.
Is he worse or better than Alex Trebek?
Worse.
Yeah, no one can compare.
But he loses passion, and they're winning. He's
He's
probably
just like, F this, I'm good.
Yeah, he's having a MVP season, and he just steps away and follows his passion.
I respect it, man. I wouldn't hate it.
No, but
Actually, I would hate it because for fantasy, I'd probably have Adams, and Roger would quit, and then I'd be probably urinating on myself.
Yeah, just another day in the life of Luke.
Nothing new.
My real bold prediction is kind of general, but Roger finished his career in Green Bay, but is still hated by the Packers nation.
Yes. Just like Brett Favre, man. It's all coming together. Deja vu. Voudage.
I don't think...
They hate Brett Favre.
Why? He won a Super Bowl.
He went to Minnesota and dogged on him. I don't think they left on good terms, mate. I don't know. Take this one up with the Packers fan, but...
I've never heard hate for Brett Favre.
What do you mean? He's got winks on his phone.
His jaunts?
Yeah, he's got jaunts on his phone, man. That's unacceptable.
He retired a Packer, right?
And he's weird, man. He keeps commenting on things that he shouldn't.
I think his Wranglers are too tight.
Yeah, he probably left some mud in his ears.
What's your bold prediction?
I've got two. Aaron Rodgers stays in Green Bay for the whole year, and he doesn't throw a single interception. And the Packers win the NFC. My second one, Amari Rodgers really opens up the offense like we saw when Rodgers had Jordy Nelson and Randall Cobb. But he puts up better numbers than Randall Cobb.
Go, Pack, go!
Hey, what's that on your head?
I don't know.
Cheese?
I don't know. Oh, cheese head. I used to want one of those.
Yeah, I got some in my pocket.
Yeah, you smell like bad. On to the next. The Minnesota Viking.
Yeah.
And you again. The Viking guy.
Not bad, man.
Thanks. Let's hear yours.
Chardon.
Very good. We should send that clip into the Viking every time they get a first down.
Just play it real loud.
That was incredible, man. All right, for the depth chart for the Minnesota Vikings, we have quarterback Kirk Cousins,
Yes.
Kellen Mond.
I just want to say before you continue, Kirk gets too much hate. He's a good player.
Thank you. He's a good quarterback. Running backs, Dalvin Cook, Alexander Madison, Amir Abdullah. I can't believe he's still around. Wide receiver core, Adam Thielen, Justin Jefferson, Chad Beebe. Tight end, Irv Smith Jr. Solid little offensive line, the rookie Christian Darrisaw. On their defensive line, they got the beast from Bayou Bengals, Daniel Hunter. They brought in Dalvin Tomlinson to shore up that run defense. They got Eric Kendricks, been around the block, Anthony Barr, Pro Bowler, Harrison Smith, Smack, another safety in Xavier Woods, and they brought in the world-famous Patrick Peterson to shore up that cornerback position, man. The Vikings, man, what are you thinking?
Yeah, man, the Vikings are interesting. I know they battled health last year, but they looked like they were onto something 2 years ago. When they upset the Saints in that first-round playoff game with Diggs.
Yeah.
Didn't they look like a team that was going to be, like,
They look like
scary?
a surefire.
Yeah. It seemed like, I guess, their secondary regressed. Their defense kind of fell off last year. I think it was the worst defense in the league. But it was really with injuries. I mean, it was really bad. They gave up 52 points in one game. It was just an ugly showing. And that kind of falls on Mike Zimmer's head. Surprisingly, he's still here. He's been around for a minute. They lack discipline. They lack consistency all last year. But they do have some bright stars on a little bright galaxy.
What kind of bright stars?
JJ, Irv Smith, Dalvin Cook. Goodness, man. They got some really good players here. I do want to ask you one thing. Is Justin Jefferson and Adam Thielen the best wide receiver duo
in the league?
Yeah.
No.
Who do you got?
Cortland Sutton and Jerry Jeudy.
Over JJ and Thielen?
No, they probably are.
I guess Julio and Calvin.
For now. Wherever Julio goes, that will be the best duo. Maybe not the Colts.
But like the Chargers and the Bills?
Titans.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What about DK and Lockett?
I'd rather have Adam Thielen and Justin Jefferson.
Me too. A good team. Their cornerback depth is real nice too. Jeff Gladney, another guy who's young. Mackenzie Alexander they brought back. Cameron Dantzler, and then Patrick Peterson. I mean, that's pretty solid depth there.
Yeah, and Dalvin Tomlinson was a...
Yeah, Michael Pierce.
Yeah,
the Baltimore Ravens.
Because they were the fifth worst team against the run last year.
They were terrible.
So they knew they had to shore something up, so they signed the big boys down there.
And then the all-pro linebackers, Eric Kendricks and Anthony Barr, struggled with health, but if they're back, this team is back. I'm telling you. The Monster Hunter, Danielle, looks good.
What if Kirk Cousins struggles? They took Kellen Mond early in the draft. Do you think his leash is short?
No.
Do you think his hands are small?
Possibly. You'd have to put him to the test.
You like that?
You like the Pope?
I wish you would have said that.
I like Kirk. I think he's a good player. It's a very tough schedule, though. I know they face the NFC West as well as the NFC North. And it's going to be tough sledding to battle. They got to stay healthy.
You know what I noticed?
Gotta get a notice again.
I know we said that Adam Thielen and Justin Jefferson are like the best duo in the league.
Mm-hmm.
But who the heck do they have behind them?
Amir Smith-Marset, look out, dangerous, very speedy, good kick returner, very electric, good player. Olabisi Johnson, not bad, not good either.
Dan Chisna?
No.
Ina?
No.
Blake Proel?
Actually, I'll tell you who the number 3 is. Irv Smith.
Oh.
Dangerous.
Yeah, I like Irv this year, man.
No, but it's going to be Amir Smith-Marset. Take it to the bank.
Where's he from?
Iowa.
Really?
Yeah. Watch out. I'm serious. I like them. They need them. They need them real good on there. Where do you have them finishing this year?
I have them going 9-8.
Okay. Why is that?
Because, there's always something that's going to happen with Kirk Cousins. He's hot and he's cold. He's yes and he's no. He's in and he's out. He's up and he's down.
Dog in my shorts. You pass and he farts.
I have a question for you.
Yeah.
How come all your songs have to do with dogs?
I don't know, man. Dogs are cool.
You like Kawhi?
Close to my heart.
You like Kawhi?
Why is he a dog?
He likes dogs too.
Physically? Sexually?
I'm not sure, man. I'm not allowed to talk about it.
Okay, I will turn off that.
Thank you.
So you have them 9-8. I have them 10-7, with the potential to go 12-5.
Why?
I like
What's
them.
the caveat?
I think Kirk Cousins is good.
You think he's top 10?
No.
Top 12?
He's probably around there, 15 to 12, yeah.
That's fair. I would agree.
I don't think he's bad. I think he's overlooked. He's probably not the guy that's going to get him to win a Super Bowl, even though I think he could. But I think he's fine. I think he can win games for him. I think he's got good weapons. And Dalvin Cook is the ultimate. Then they shored up their offensive line. Much better offensive line and a healthy defense. This team is really good. And with Green Bay and Chicago all up in the air, I think this is a winnable division for Minnesota.
The thing I think about Kirk Cousins is he's not one of those guys that will drop his pants for his teammates.
Nah, he won't.
I think he's like all about himself.
Really?
Yeah.
Could be. Maybe he's got a big ego.
He's a prima donna.
You could be right, but what does that mean?
He needs to be more team oriented. He needs to buy his offensive lineman Rolexes for Christmas. I mean, what was his contract?
Big.
Yeah. He's probably living in, the Mall of America in Minnesota, man. Minnesota.
Is it good?
Iggy Cola, Minnesota. Cola, Minnesota. Yeah, that's a good one.
What's your bolds?
Bold prediction. The Vikings get off to a rough start, a lot of it being caused by Kirk Cousins.
Dirks Bentley.
They bench him, put in Kellen Mond to save. Zimmer puts Kellen Mond in to save his job because if he doesn't get it done this year, it's over for him. And Kellen Mond summons his inner Colin Kaepernick, and he makes a run to the NFC Championship game.
Wow, bold.
Yeah.
Bold like Minnesota.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've got a few bolds.
Jürgen.
Patrick Peterson jumps in the time machine and leads the NFL in interceptions.
Washed.
Justin Jefferson has a sophomore slump, and Adam Thielen is the number one.
Very plausible.
Is that too plausible? Number one defense in the NFL? Going from the worst to the best.
That's pushing it, but that's bold.
Irv Smith leads the NFL, leads tight ends in receiving yards.
I can believe that.
Dalvin Cook is extremely good.
Yeah, we didn't mention him, but DC, you got it going.
What else is there out here?
There's a lot of LSU players on this team.
Yeah, can you name two?
Justin Jefferson, Patrick Peterson, and Danielle Hunter.
Yeah, pretty good at it.
Yeah, I know all LSU players.
You know all of them? How many? Well, who's on the Detroit Lions?
What do you mean?
What LSU guys?
Do you know?
Yeah.
I can't think of any.
So you don't know?
I was just making that up. I was trying to impress Ed Orgeron.
You ever heard of a man by the name of... they don't have any LSU guys. That tricked you.
Got him.
I get scared them off.
I knew it, boy.
They did Randy Bullock.
Randy Bullock's an A&M grad.
You probably know more about A&M than LSU's.
You know how people usually eat milk and cookies at, as a dessert or like a midnight snack?
Yeah, most.
He eats it after every meal.
Who?
Randy.
He eats them for dinner.
Yeah. But it's not milk and cookies, it's beer and cookies.
Yeah, one of those Pizookies and pours beer on it instead of the ice cream.
No, he dips his cookies in the beer.
Yeah. That's a Randy Bullock type of meal.
I heard he lost 20
I'd be shocked.
points on his IQ.
Yeah, too much beer.
Why are we talking about Randy Bullock again?
I don't know. He's fun to talk about.
I got a question for you.
Hit me.
If there was a punter that every time he punted, it was on the 1 yard line, no matter where he's at, would you draft him first overall?
Probably second overall.
Why? That's the best, one of the best.
Because I would draft the kicker that makes every field goal first overall.
No, you can't have them in the same draft.
Yeah, they
Idiot.
both were. 2042.
2048?
Yeah.
What does that mean?
I said 2042.
What does that mean?
That's the draft class.
No, it's the punter.
Yeah, and the kicker are both in it. And I'm taking the kicker first.
Well, the kicker's obviously...
And I'm taking the running back that doesn't go down after first contact.
Third?
Yeah, he'd probably be third.
Let's say the kicker's not in the draft, and only the punter's in the draft.
But who else is in this draft class?
You know, like the best...
Patrick Mahomes?
Yeah.
I'd take Patrick Mahomes.
Wrong.
No, I'd take
Patrick Mahomes still punts.
Can this guy throw the football?
No, he punts.
Is this guy going to score me touchdowns?
No, but...
Is this guy going to make game-saving tackles or interceptions?
No.
Okay.
But every time he punts, it's at the 1 yard line, so you have a good chance of getting a safety.
Yeah, but I'm Mike Leach. I don't want to punt. We're going for it on 4th down.
You're making a mistake.
Yeah, probably, because if you have to go against that guy, you better score on the kickoffs.
You probably get like 20 safeties in a year. More than that. If every time you punt the ball, they have to go 90.
You're going to have to get a lot of turnovers against that man, because if they're punting it, you're in trouble.
You can't block it.
No, I mean like offensively, like interceptions and like turnovers instead of him punting it.
No, it's the most conservative offense ever.
Yeah, I guess it would be if your punter hits the one every time.
Yeah, now you're starting to come around.
Be like Brandon Jacobs as your running back. Shout out Brandon Jacobs. He's going to come back as a defensive end for the Houston Oilers.
He's not. He's no Tebow, man.
No, he's not. He doesn't have the heart of a lion.
Yeah, or the chin of a triceratops.
No, I respect it, though. He was inspired by Tim Tebow.
No, he was just saying Tim Tebow isn't half the athlete I am. Why can't I get back in?
That sounds like inspiration to me, baby.
It
Let's
sounds
go.
like
Tebow's
disgust.
changing the game. Tebow's changing the game. Calvin Johnson's back in the game 2021.
What if Julio gets traded and then Calvin goes to wherever Julio goes?
Yeah, I love it. Well, if he comes out of retirement, is he still a Detroit Lion?
No, I think he's a free agent.
Oh, goodness gracious. No, that means he's done then.
That would be my favorite wide receiver core ever.
Yeah, if you had to make your core of 3 receivers, who would it be?
That are actively playing?
No, anywhere.
That's easy.
All right.
Is 4? 4?
Yeah, you could do 4 if that makes your heart warm.
Calvin, Julio, Plaxico, and Randy Moss.
Yeah, that would be solid.
Incredible.
That would be scary, man.
Big boys.
Yeah, you got all tall, skinny, fast.
You'd say Plaxico's skinny?
Yeah, what is he, like 217?
Something like that.
Yeah, he's more physical than the others, other than Calvin. But
He's the red zone would be a nightmare for everyone.
yeah.
And my tight end would be
Algie Crumpler,
no, it would be
Mo Alley Cox.
yeah.
Of course it was. Hey, he's good though. Watch
Or
out.
Jeremy Shockey.
We like Mo Alley. We support Mo Alley around here.
Jeremy Shockley?
Yeah, he's good. He's intense. You just like that Giants back then.
Aaron Hernandez?
Yeah, that would be your guy.
He was a good player. I'm not talking about off the field issues, man.
He was a good player. He was a really good player.
He was like a Swiss Army knife.
Yeah, and then he turned into one.
Yeah, he killed with one. Sickening.
So you'd have that punter first overall?
No questions. I don't care who's in the draft. You can have Ahmad Bradshaw number 1, man, and I ain't taking him.
What about Jed Lowry?
He's a baseball player.
What if he's in the draft?
You could have, anyone, and I would take that punter. The kicker is a lot better because you get 3 points every possession.
If you're in field goal range. Well, say you're like 70 yards out.
It's 3 points.
What?
Yeah. So the punter can...
Yeah, he's first overall. That's no question.
But the punter...
That's a point every... That's 3 points every drive.
But the punter, if you're at the one, punts to the other one. That's amazing.
Yeah, but if he punts to my one and I have the kicker, I'm kicking a 99-yard field goal, mate.
No, I'm saying the kicker's better for sure.
Oh.
Like, that's not even a question.
No, yeah, but the punter is extremely effective.
But he's not your number 1.
No, the kicker is.
No, in a regular draft without the kicker. The kicker doesn't exist.
Give me like a draft. Like, give me some.
The best
players.
of all time. It's an all-time great class, and then there's a punter that can do the one thing. So you can get Lawrence Taylor or whatever.
I'd probably go Barry Sanders.
Jerry Rice.
Dude, Barry Sanders is so overlooked. It's insane.
I'd take the punter. And
I would take the punter.
And the punter would never retire.
I'd take. Well, you're just adding all these different things, man.
He's an alien.
But Barry Sanders, the GOAT. Who's your favorite running back? Who's the best running back in your eyes?
In my eyes?
Yeah.
Probably O.J. Simpson.
Dude, what is up with this guy over here?
He was good.
But I don't know if he's in the conversation.
Well,
for
I don't
best.
like to say. Probably Terrell Davis.
Ever?
Well, my thing is, I never got to watch like Jim Brown, Barry.
Yeah, shout out Jim Brown.
You never got to watch Barry Sanders. So you can't really say.
I've seen more highlights of Barry Sanders than I have of any player.
Yeah, but you never watched him live.
That doesn't mean anything to me. I can watch his game still.
No.
Yeah.
I'm talking about the best player you've watched play of our generation.
Of our generation? AP. It's not even close. AP's closer to Barry Sanders than he is to LaDainian Tomlinson.
I think Adrian Peterson and LaDainian's up there.
Yeah, he is, but
Jamal
AP's
Charles.
past LT. Frank Gore.
Frank Gore.
Yeah, he's up there. He's more of a longevity guy rather than skill.
Clinton Portis.
Like Barry Sanders, AP were like the most skilled running backs to ever play. Clinton Portis is up there. He's probably not top 10. Maybe top 25.
Jerome Bettis.
He's up there. That guy was a train of a train.
Bo Jackson.
Yeah.
Priest Holmes.
I think most people would say Bo Jackson.
Priest Holmes.
Mm.
Corey Dillon on the Bengals.
I don't know.
Jamal Lewis.
No. I'm talking about like all timers.
Steven Jackson.
No, he's not up
Oh,
there.
Marshall Faulk.
Yeah. He's top 10. He's got to be.
I got more coming.
Chris Johnson.
CJ2K.
Man, yeah, I love those days.
Lindale.
Lindell White. He had a resurgence.
Yeah, he's all right. Ronnie Brown.
No.
Ricky Williams, dude.
Yeah.
He was the resurgent master.
Dude, yeah, the clip that you sent me of on the Dolphins was crazy.
He runs so hard, dude.
His speed.
Yeah.
Like if he breaks one, you're not catching that
I thought
guy.
he was bigger though.
I didn't know he was that fast. I thought he was more of a bruiser.
I didn't know that. That video shocked me. I was like, oh, dang.
That was like 4'2".
Yeah, he was disturbingly fast.
And he was like 6'2", 220.
Oh, Eddie George.
I remember NFL Street.
You don't know who that is?
No, I know. He's bald.
Arian Foster?
Yeah, shout out Aaron Foster for what he did, man. His career was crazy.
Sean Alexander?
Yeah.
Emmitt Smith.
Sean Alexander might be top 10.
No, he had that 2 years or whatever.
Top 15? But
No.
in terms of like talent, though.
I don't know. No.
Yeah, maybe not. Emmitt Smith for sure.
Who?
Emmitt Smith.
He's one of the best.
All-time leading rusher. Was he? Yeah, he's got to be super.
Marshawn Lynch?
Maybe top 25, top 30.
You think he'll be a Hall of Famer? Yeah, he'll be a Hall of Famer.
Was Marshawn Lynch better in Buffalo or Seattle?
Probably Seattle.
Yeah, probably. I guess he won there, but...
I don't really remember him on Buffalo.
Yeah, you do. Fred Jacks.
Who?
Fred Jackson and Marshawn.
I love Fred Jackson. He was on my fantasy team every year.
He's such a weird running back. Like, what was he ever good at?
He was like a receiving kind of guy.
But he wasn't, like, fast or hard.
He's just a
hitter.
smart guy.
He's like Matt Forte.
What about Ray Rice?
He was good. I forget how long he did it for.
Maurice Jones-Drew. Edgerrin James.
Yeah, he's better than Joseph Adai.
Steve Slayton.
No. Steve Slayton.
I really liked Priest Holmes and Jamal Charles a lot.
You didn't like Priest Holmes and Larry Johns?
Larry Johnson. I used to hate the Chiefs and Dante Hall.
Larry Johnson was only good for like a year, though.
Trent Green, or whatever his name was.
Amon Green?
No, Trent Green, the quarterback for the
Chiefs?
Yeah, he was so dang good. And Rich Gannon on the
Raiders.
God, that guy smelled.
You didn't like the way he stank?
No, he just was really good. I hated him.
What did he smell like?
Starks.
Starch?
Danian was evil.
What was the best Broncos moments or Broncos teams that you really liked the most?
I liked the Jay Cutler era.
With B. Marsh?
I loved Brandon Marshall was my favorite player. I liked
was
Willis McGahee.
No, the other receiver was B. Marsh. I know Brandon
Javon
Stokely.
Walker. He was really good on the Raiders. No, he was really good on the Packers. And
There's another one. It wasn't Sanders. It wasn't Welker.
Brandon Lloyd.
Yeah, that's
that
who
was
it was.
Like Kyle Orton.
I think that's who I'm thinking of.
Brandon Lloyd was a freak.
Who was with Brandon? They didn't have anyone with Brandon
I
Marshall.
think it was Javon Walker.
Like the year he had that 21 catch game.
Yeah, it was basically just Brandon Marshall.
Yeah, that was crazy.
I liked when we had Willis McGahee.
No show.
I liked No Sean, man.
Do you like him?
He was all right.
He was supposed to be really good out of George.
Yeah, I thought he was going to be good.
Yeah, he was good.
But I mean, I didn't really like the Kyle Orton saga that much.
No, that ruined it for me.
But the best game will always be the Tim Tebow in overtime against the Steelers.
Isn't that weird?
Yeah, but I've been through.
That one was insane.
I remember where I was too.
Did you black out?
No.
You remember everything about it?
Yeah.
What happened?
I was at the Monces, I believe.
Can you run it down for us?
I was at the Monces. I don't know. I was speechless.
Because that was that the wild card?
Yeah, it was a wild card game. But we would always play the Steelers, like with Jake Plummer. That was a good era, too.
Yeah. Long Jake the Snake.
Jake Plummer, he was frustrating.
Yeah. He was more fun than Orton, though.
Yeah, he was never good in the big games, though.
Yeah, he was. He wasn't built for that. Who was it? That was Rod Smith and them guys.
Rod Smith, baby. That's a Hall of Famer.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah, Brian Westbrook's not a Hall of Famer. Can you make a poll about that?
Yeah.
Good.
I don't know why you're so aggressive about it.
Because I want you to know.
Just because I love Brian Westbrook?
He was a decent player.
Go watch him play.
He was a good player, but he's not like, whoa.
I disagree.
He was like Darren Sproles.
No, he what?
I know, he was better than him, but
Darren Sproles was really good.
No one ever talks about Brian Westbrook.
That's why I like him even more.
Who's going to be the best running back of like the people that are playing now? Derrick Henry?
Yeah.
Frank Gore?
No, Derrick Henry.
Like
currently?
Yeah, Saquon, like in years from now? Kamara?
Well, if Derrick Henry's allowed to be involved, it's him. What running back has ever been like Derrick Henry?
There's been plenty like him.
That's been that good?
I think we have running backs right now that can be...
Like could be, but aren't.
Christian
Derrick
McCaffrey.
Henry backs it up.
Christian
he has
McCaffrey, Barkley.
How old's Derrick Henry? 27?
30?
No, he's not, is he?
I don't know.
He's still young, and he's already had 2,000-yard seasons.
But he's also had a year where he had 500 yards.
That's better than a lot of people's rookie years.
That was Brian Westbrook's best year.
Brian Westbrook's 1,000 yards rusher, man. I'm not going to allow this slander.
I want to look up his stats.
I'll look it up right here on camera.
Go ahead. Where's the camera?
Shh, don't tell him. Don't let him know.
Is it pointed on my good side?
It's on your jaunt.
I'll sue.
And you won't.
What is a jaunt?
He's got 6,500 rush yards, 4,000 receiving yards, 42 rushing touchdowns, 4.6 yards a carry. He played 9 seasons, third-round pick out of Villanova, 2 Pro Bowlers. 5'10", 203. First team All-Pro. Walter Payton Award. Yeah, dude. 6,400 rush yards. 41 rushing touchdowns, 30 receiving touchdowns. That's not bad, man. That's good. No, 90. He started 90 games. But his ultimate was receiving. That's why he was so good. Yeah, I mean, he's not like a great player, but he was good.
Yeah, he's not a Hall of Famer.
No, he's not, but he was a really good player.
Yeah, he was all right.
No, he's not all right. He was good.
He was good. Listen, my favorite player is Plaxico Burress. You think he's a Hall of Famer?
Yeah, maybe in the club.
You got anything?
He won a Super Bowl.
That was the greatest Super Bowl I ever watched. I cried.
Yeah, I remember watching that.
Because I bought a Plaxico. I told it. That was the best prediction I've ever made. I said the Giants were going to win, and they were in the wild card game, and they went through on this amazing run. Golly, that was the best. If I had a podcast back then, I'd be a millionaire for predicting the Giants.
You just had a fandom for Plaxico. That's what fueled that prediction.
So it worked.
It did work. Took down Tom Brady's.
That was the best Super Bowl ever.
But someone, like Ahmad Bradshaw went off, didn't he, or something?
It was a really low-scoring game.
I think someone Mario Manningham and
Steve Smith?
David, yeah, was that who it was? The catch?
No, that was David Tyree.
Yeah, that's who I'm thinking of. They had a decent team, man. That team was good. Their defense.
Defense was the
number
best
one.
part.
Yeah,
Justin
number one
Tuck,
team in the defense.
Michael Strahan.
OCU Menora.
Rondé Barber.
What's the linebacker? Antonio Pierce.
Yeah.
Dude, that team was crazy.
That was the best.
Brandon Jacobs, Eli, and then the receiving core was not bad. Jeremy Shockey, Sean O'Hara. That's a Super Bowl team, man.
Plaxico won it, don't matter.
Yeah, and then he committed adultery on his leg.
I don't know if you could call it adultery. He just shot himself in the leg.
And he got charged for shooting himself in the leg.
He was in New York, man. They got some crazy laws.
That's unfortunate.
It is a shame, man. It hurt me. I wrote him when he was in prison.
Like, did he get medical attention, or did they take you there?
I think he tried to get out of there, but they caught him. Or they got him on video, and they just went to his house.
Yeah, and Aqib Talib, I remember, had a Dallas encounter where he shot himself or something.
I don't know about that. I don't want to speak on that.
Brian Dawkins was a Bronco after he was washed. No, he had good years, didn't he?
Yeah, he wasn't bad.
He's a Hall of Famer.
John Lynch?
Brian Dawkins was the best free safety ever.
Wrong.
Who, Ed Reed?
Probably Ed Reed.
Steve
Atwater?
Troy Polamalu is probably the greatest strong safety.
Probably the greatest hair.
Probably the smelliest toot.
All right, that's been another episode of Forget What You Heard. You guys enjoy your weekend. You guys take care. You guys stay beautiful. Peace, love, and happiness.